The old man quietly snuck into the airplane bathroom. He poured a cup of 250-degree ice water into the sink, then dropped some modeling clay into the water. Once the clay softened, he pulled it out and rolled it into long strips. Finally, he pressed the strips into a pre-made mold. Just like that, a fake handgun with 99% resemblance was created. The old man knocked on the bathroom door and handed the fake gun to his partner. With 3 hyper-realistic handguns, the group quickly took control of the plane. To avoid any harm to the passengers, the air marshal had no choice but to surrender his weapon. At the same time, the pilot in the cockpit noticed something was wrong. He quickly hit the distress button to notify ground control the plane had been hijacked. Meanwhile, the hijackers in the cabin were confiscating all the passengers' phones. They forced all the business class passengers into economy. They also took a flight attendant hostage and used her to threaten the captain into changing the route. Then they sent a message to the government demanding the release of their imprisoned leader. But what they didn't know was there was another group on board. The man and the flight attendant they captured were actually undercover agents. Their real mission was to secure a shipment of diamonds worth $1 billion secretly being transported on the plane. The diamonds had been purchased by high-ranking officials for money laundering. To ensure the diamonds made it safely back home, they had created a complex plan. Even the safe was equipped with a dual lock system. Half the code was held by government officials, and the other half by the seller. A high-precision GPS tracker was also installed inside the phone connected to the shipment. As soon as the SIM card was removed, both parties would receive an instant alert. But the seller had no idea his own man Jason was planning to steal the diamonds. Jason secretly approached the official secretary to get the other half of the code, because even if the theft was discovered, the high officials couldn't risk exposing it. After some thought, the secretary agreed to Jason's plan. Because of the phone's GPS system, Jason could only make his move mid-flight. The problem was he still didn't know who exactly had the diamonds. But logically, the courier would try to avoid leaving their seat the entire trip. Through flight attendant Ellie's discreet questioning, they identified a suspicious target. The man hadn't eaten or drank anything during the whole flight, so when Ellie served meals, she deliberately spilled food on him. Not wanting to cause a scene, the man had no choice but to head to the restroom to clean up. Jason saw his chance and immediately moved to grab the man's bag. But another group of hijackers suddenly disrupted his plan. Thinking fast, Jason pretended to have an asthma attack. He begged the hijackers to let him return to his seat to get his inhaler. Not wanting extra trouble, they reluctantly agreed. Jason reached the courier's bag and found the safe with the phone inside. But just as he was about to celebrate, one of the hijackers appeared right behind him.